The house is on fire. We're in this together. You know, it's amazing when a crisis comes, how people seem to get together. Well, I want to tell you, the world is going to be in constant crisis. We ought to always be together. There's a folklore legend about forest fires. You know, in the forest, you got the prey and the predator, those eating and those eaters. But when the fire comes, any body of water, all the normal tendencies stop, according to folklore. When the water, when the fire starts, even the bear will help the rabbit get in the water. All the animals are there. The normal tendencies, I'm not going to eat you, I'm not going to bother you, I'm not going to run from you. They're surviving together in the water when the fire is all around them. When the fire is over, they go back to eating each other. But Jesus is saying to us, when the fire is over, you ought to go to loving each other. When the fire is over, when you get out of the water, you ought to still be hugging and embracing each other. There ought not be prey and predator. There ought not be the haves and the have-nots. There ought not be the rich and poor isolated. You are children of a living God who trust and believe in the same God. And we know that each day will get better. We wake up with the joy. We are unified. We share our resources. Nobody's hungry. Nobody's without. Nobody's abused. Nobody's is taken advantage of, because we stand in solidarity on God's word. God sent his son to make the world better. It is our job and our role to help make the world better. And if we dare sit idle and do nothing, it is on us. There's no justification and no excuse to sit on the sidelines. Everybody ought to be in the war. Even if you're in a wheelchair, you can pray. Even if your hands are crippled with arthritis, you can pray. Even if you don't have the strength to pick up a dozen eggs, you can call somebody and cheer them on. We've been introduced to the master. And one thing we can say to all the so-called powers that be, we got the most awesome power, because the God we serve has risen from the grave, because the God we serve has conquered the grave and death. The little gods that you serve, whether they be president or senator or politician or head of a corporation, they will have a resting site one day. They will have a tomb one day. And the only person who can call them out of that tomb is the most holy high God, the God who's already conquered death. These politicians, these power brokers can't conquer death unless they follow the master. And the master has to be the one who opens that door.